Hey guys, I'm Emma and I'm telling you like it is, with a trace of sarcasm and a whole peanut worth of exaggeration. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel because 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of views equals to me starting to make money on YouTube, which would be amazing. So 12 ways of making that first meeting with the parents enjoyable, or at the very least survivable. Now let me get my nature documentary voice out. Is this mystical enough? Is this the voice of the mountains, the whisper of the rivers? No? Well, too bad. For the sake of clarity and disambiguation, your girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other, however you call them, will now be referred to as the local guide. Their parents will now be considered as the in-laws, in all caps, of course. So, how does one survive the in-laws? By 1. Doing the appropriate research. Before entering into the in-laws' natural habitat, ask the local guide what you'll be stepping into. Important questions to consider are: do they bite? Will I know if they like me? What should I avoid doing or saying? Should I initiate physical contact? Collect as much initial information as you can to properly prepare yourself for the jungle that is this first meeting. But look, before jumping into the lion's den, or in the in-laws' den in this case, make sure you know at the very least the major faux pas, the ones that will make the in-laws run to the high hills. Is it swearing? Is it table manners? Is it lack of manners in general? Because if all else fails, focus on not doing that thing, and the first encounter can only have gone so bad. Unless you've somehow set their den on fire, then all bets are off. 2. Proper preparation. Based on the expert's impressions, prepare yourself for success. Dress yourself in non-threatening garments. Avoid enveloping yourself in any perfumes or colognes that will overwhelm their senses. Pack all the materials you'll need. Ah yes, the briefcase that's full of mothballs. Perfect as long as you keep it closed. Also, 2, make sure that you're mentally prepared for this encounter. In-laws can sense your fear. They can almost taste it. Remember, to be ready, you must feel ready. 3. Let them approach you first. Even if your local expert indicated that you should initiate physical contact, do not, for 1 second, believe them. The in-laws are naturally wary of you, the stranger in their midst. Let them do that first move. They might nod a greeting, or initiate a handshake, or a hug, or a 3 to 5 kiss sequence. If they do the kiss sequence, try not to be overwhelmed. Let them lead, and, for Pete's sake, try not to kiss them on the mouth. Now that the greeting segment has concluded, physical contact of all types are usually only acceptable with your local guide, but should be restrained without being too distant, polite without being frosty. You'll find the balance easy. Oh, and if they have an over-enthusiastic dog that interprets hugs as humping, gracefully deal with the situation with a laugh and firmly but gently push the dog off. Again, easy peasy. 4. Try to speak their language. Be ready for any way to build rapport and connection with this foreign species. They may speak in puns or be fluent in sarcasm. They may like the use of expressions or prefer silence. Your local guide may or may not have prepped you adequately for this, so expect the unexpected. Most importantly, in-laws like to feel heard and understood, so occasionally mirroring them might be to your benefit, because if they hate a politician, we hate that politician. If they love cats, then we love cats, because after all, if they love the local guide, then we also love the local guide, just in a different way, but always with respect and consideration. Also, in-laws sometimes travel in flocks, which may include other children, their parents, their in-laws. Be prepared to communicate with different age groups, genders, beliefs, and preferred topics of interest, which may all contradict each other, but hey, you'll do just fine. 5. Participate in PAC activities. If they like you, or even if they hate you, they may invite you later on to various PAC activities. You may also be invited to religious or semi-spiritual practices. In some PACs, this has more of a religious connotation than in others, so make sure to follow the PAC in these instances. Fair warning, you may also be invited to do useless physical labor. Just grin and bear. After all, the in-laws are watching. 6. Check for signs of danger. No matter how well you know your in-laws, make sure you are always on your guard and ready as soon as there is a sign of danger. It might be a gastrointestinal issue on their side. It might be your inappropriate reaction to one of their inane or boring comments, or an offhand remark sourced from your subconscious. A good start when you have stepped into the danger zone is an apology, especially if you aren't wrong. Apologize even if it isn't sincere, as long as it sounds sincere. Then distract them by referring back to one of their interests or hobbies. Oh, Jenna, look at what your neighbors are doing now. This is what experts call the deflect and distract. You're welcome. 7. Use observational skills. In-laws' faces and body language can express a lot of different emotions that hopefully you will build literacy for. If not, asking your local guides post-encounter feedback could be invaluable and could very much inform your future encounters. The first encounter is, of course, crucial, but hey, there might still be hope of salvaging the relationship later. For instance, what could that frown possibly mean? Does it betray irritation, anger, rage towards you, or sudden headache they're experiencing? You could ask them directly, but that could bring you into the danger zone. So, tread carefully. 8. Make use of compromise. As your relationship evolves, there may come times where compromise is needed to further shape the relationship into something that is more mutually beneficial. Like getting out of family bingo, which apparently has to happen every Sunday fun day. Excuses can be invented, lies can be used, but in certain situations, flirting with the danger zone by being honest might be warranted. Like, I've been eating your pecan pies and they are very good, but I think I am mildly allergic to nuts. Could be warranted. Just remember, in-laws are sensitive creatures, so try to make compromise into a non-personal exchange to avoid hurting their feelings and sensibilities. Hey, that means more pecan pie for Sean. 9. Getting used to their environment. As social animals tend to be, in-laws are conscious of their environment, particularly what they consider to be theirs. Accidentally breaking something is usually best dealt with honestly. But when it comes to gray zones, follow their example, like to lock or not lock the bathroom door, to leave or to not leave the toilet seat up. This is not the time to stand out or to try to take the lead. In fact, unless you are directly asked to lead or to give your opinion, do so sparingly. Remember, you are stepping into their turf, and something as potentially insignificant as how the toilet paper is unrolled can bring you into the danger zone quite fast. 10. Documentation. Take note, mental or otherwise, of the preferences and regular behavior of your in-laws. All in-laws have their own personality, so finding out how yours react to you, as well as their individual do's and don'ts, is invaluable. And what do you do if your two in-laws have contradictory do's and don'ts? Sorry. Nope, no solution to that one. Just never, ever, ever, ever share your personal notes with anyone else, ever. Even with your local guide, especially not with your local guide. 11. Block insertion maneuvers. As the in-laws get to know you and size you up, they may decide that a source of entertainment might be to split your local guide and you. Devious, creative creatures, these in-laws. As in a game of chess, you should stealthily and casually try to outmaneuver them. Calmly watch what's happening and react where appropriate without giving away too many of your thoughts. Get your poker face on and bring forward your patience that you're hopefully building towards sainthood. In-laws may be very attached to your local guide for whatever reason, and you would do well to cause some ripples without getting splashed. 12. PAC status struggles. As you are slowly accepted by the PAC, challenges might be issued to see where you fit on the totem pole of power and authority. Try to gracefully address them as games, not as threats. After all, in-laws are playful, curious creatures. And if it comes from a place of malice, well, what can you do? So yay for in-laws, aren't they great? If you love this video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And tell me below, what type of in-laws or dates parents have you had to deal with? I've dealt with a shark dad and a swan mom. Thanks, guys.